Okay, so we are here looking at our house plan. What I have here is a sample dream house that I've drawn up for us to look at today as far as looking at the dimensions. So our next step in the dream house is going to be to decide the dimensions, the length and width, how big each room should be. And what we're going to see today is what I decide for the dimensions of one room impacts the dimensions of another room. So let's just, because Ms. Benton on every single room is going to want us to have our dimensions labeled. So for example, I have here that our garage is 20 by 20. So this impacts the length of other rooms according to the way I have it drawn. I now know that my kitchen from here, well, to here is going to not only encompass that 20, but it also encompasses the 5 next door from the laundry room because that's the same width as the garage and laundry room combined. So that's going to be a total width of 25. Likewise, if my guest bathroom here is 10 feet wide, then my hallway is going to likewise be 10 feet wide. Benton, do I have to label the dimensions on even my hallways? Yes. Yes, you do. You're going to label the dimensions on everything. Okay, some more examples. We have a guest bedroom here that is 12 feet wide, so I know that my guest bedroom here is 12 feet wide. Okay, now we have an interesting scenario as we go across. I'm not exactly able right now to see what the guest bedroom is because you'll notice it doesn't line up perfectly with the left-hand side over here. There's this little gap. So how much, and then there's also this piece down here. So how would I find out how wide the guest bedroom number 2 is? Well, let's look. I do know that this whole left-hand side seems to line up with this whole left-hand side. And it appears that this left-hand side is going to be 20 plus 18, or 38. So the right-hand side should be the same length over here. It should also be 38. I've already used up 8 here in the bottom for my master bathroom. I've already used up 15 at the top for my guest bedroom 1. So if I take 38 and I subtract from it 15, now I'm at 23, and then I subtract from it 8, so that puts me at 15. This guest bedroom must be 15 in order for the dimensions to add up. Now, if you get these dimensions off, it's going to, if they're off mathematically, when you go to put them to scale on your poster board, it's going to mess up your drawing on your poster board. So you want to be very careful that you're adding and subtracting the right amounts, that everything is in alignment just as you wanted it to be. Let's look at some other features down here at the bottom. I've got this circle bay window on my master bedroom. I have it labeled right now as having a diameter. Half of this circle is 8 feet across. So we know that the radius from here to here should be 4 feet. Okay, something else that I have labeled. I know that on the bay window here on the left-hand side of my house, this little trapezoid bay window, that I have 4 feet across, and then I have 8 feet, hard to see, but that's an 8 right there, going for the widest part, the longest part of the bay window, the opening into the room. But I have 4 up top. So if I want this bay window to be symmetrical, and I do, of course, want this to be symmetrical, I'm going to take the 4 feet I have left. I'm going to take 8 minus 4. That gives me 4, and I'm going to divide that by 2. So I should have 2 feet here and 2 feet here, with 4 feet in the middle. I also know that I can find the hypotenuse of this right triangle right here, the slanted piece by doing the Pythagorean theorem in my side work. So I could do a squared plus b squared equals c squared. I could do 2 squared plus 3 squared equals, we'll call it c squared. So 4 plus 9 equals c squared, or 13. Square root both sides, and c comes out to square root 13. And that is how long the slanty piece would be. And you could find out an approximation of that piece as a decimal in your calculator. What you're now going to do is on the back side of this worksheet, Ms. Benton has some of the measurements filled in on this second dream house, and some of the measurements are not filled in. So you're now going to go through the house and find each of these letters and figure out what the amount is that it represents. So you don't necessarily have to go in order. If you notice right off the bat that the easiest thing for you to find is y, because that's the length of the whole top of the house, that you can just add 15, 5, and 20 to figure that out, to get that y is 40, and just go in the order in which you can figure things out. Okay, well, have fun, and I'll see you when I get back.